Now that we have done the first leg of calibration, we want to test whether our calibration worked well or not by running a test print that we have provided you. The way you will be doing that is by transferring the part via USB into the memory card, and then we'll plug in this memory card into our printer. In order to do all of that, we need to put on our spool onto the printer. What we'll do is we'll take this spool and mount it on our spool holder. So here's our spool, here's our filament. In order to help with feeding the filament into the extruder motor's entry point, we should cut the filament at an angle. So like that, or even sharper. And this makes it easy for us to feed this. At the same time, the way we orient this filament onto the spool is important. And the way you mount is such that this filament can loop around and go into the entry point of the extruder motor assembly. Just to show you that, I'm going to rotate this printer around and feed this filament into it. You can see the filament has now entered the filament tube, and now it's all the way in up until the nozzle. As next step, let's move the nozzle up along the z-axis. So we'll go to move axis, move z, 10 mm, let's move it to 50 mm so that we can see the filament dropping. Come out of this setting, go back to the main, and let's go into control, temperature, nozzle, and set this to 200. Let's go back to the info screen, and here we can see the nozzle temperature will constantly be increasing. So this is the part where we need to be a bit careful. 200 is 200 degrees Celsius, which is a really high temperature. You don't want to be anywhere close to that nozzle with your hands when it's 200 degrees Celsius. So be careful by not bringing your fingers anywhere close to the nozzle at this point. So now we can see the nozzle temperature is 198 degrees Celsius. This should be hot enough to melt the PLA filament. So what we'll do is press the clip again and try to push the filament in, and we can see that now our filament has started extruding. And as next step, take the micro SD card, the memory card, with the printed side facing up. I'll put it into the slot. The screen here should say card inserted. We'll click here. We will go into print from TF. We'll go into calibration.g code. This is the file that you would be printing to test the calibration of your printer. And now the print gets started. As you can see, the printer is trying to reach 60 degrees Celsius for bed temperature and 200 degrees Celsius for nozzle temperature. This is the temperature range that is set for this material PLA, and it works best for this material. Again, the nozzle is really hot, 200 degrees Celsius, so I will not go and touch that nozzle. And the bed is 60 degrees Celsius, which is not that hot, but it's still hot. So we won't be touching the print bed or the nozzle while they are heating or the print is running. We want to stay far away from it and nowhere close to touching it. So we will meet once this calibration print is done and see the results and see what to do after that.